Hello everyone, welcome to a review of Actwres Girl'z Act 40 show. That was quite the mouthful. This is a Patreon request by Smack It Down Podcast. It usually is just a reaction, but I figured I wanted to do a review of Actwres Girl'z again eventually, so I allowed this one exception. From now on, I'm not going to be allowing any more exceptions for the $5 tier of the Patreon request. It's just a reaction. Now, if you want me to react to like a couple different like short things, if the thing you want me to react to is less than 30 minutes, then, I'll react to two different things. But if it's more than 30 minutes, then it's going to be just that. Anyway, this show is something I've already seen, so doing a reaction of it would have been redundant, and that's another reason why I allowed this exception. So let's get into it. The first match is a tag team match between Himika Arita and Miyuki Takase versus Ayumi Hayashi and Momotani. Going into this match, I really was only excited to see two of the wrestlers just based off of my memory of them. I didn't like Himika during her late Actwres Girl'z run, and I don't remember Ayumi too much, just based on memory alone, not seeing them at all yet. I remember Momotani because she had this really cool umbrella, and she had this old Japanese, princess feel to her, in my opinion. And Himika because she was pretty popular and famous around the time. Starting the match, I recognize Ayumi right off the bat. She's what I call the alien girl. I know that she's supposed to be a drummer girl, but for some reason, I can't help but see her as an alien. I think it's because my first reaction to her was that she was an alien. And even though I know it's not now, it's still, it's still my first reaction to her. The one thing I don't fully understand about Actwres Girl'z is their cards. You have the tag team champions in the opening match. Not only champions of another promotion in the opening match, you have Miyuki Takase in the opening match. Miyuki Takase is one of the most, I wouldn't say popular or famous, but she kind of has this aura around her, this legend within the Joshi community as being one of the best non-stardom wrestlers. She is amazing. So it's just strange to see her in the opening match of a show. Now that's not a knock against this show, because that's actually really interesting that this would be the opening match. The match itself was great, as most Actwres Girl'z matches are. As I said before, unlike most promotions, I feel from the bottom to the top, the wrestlers have higher skills, like Stardom. The match ends with Himika submitting Ayumi with a torture one-leg Boston Crab. Now, the reason why I call it a torture one-leg Boston Crab is because in the Fire Pro Wrestling games, there are two types of Boston Crabs. There is the Boston Crab and then what they call the torture Boston Crab. The torture Boston Crab is usually what Azumi does on Starlight Kid, where it's just more higher up, like a more higher angle. It just looks like it would hurt more. So for me, whenever I see someone do something like that, I always just call it a torture version. So the second match of the show was Cherry and Kaioniyama versus Mary and Saki. Of course, we all know about Kaori, and Mary is the ninja girl, who has such a cool look, but her ability honestly is disappointing. Cherry and Saki are really good. I don't believe they are assigned to Actwres Girl'z though. They are really talented. If I had to place them, I would say they could definitely put on some bangers in Stardom. The best thing about this match is definitely seeing Cherry and Saki wrestle. Of course, Kaori does well here, but it seems she's more taking a back seat role. So the stars are definitely Cherry and Saki. Maki just doesn't stand out in any way other than her appearance for the most part. The match ends with Kaori pinning Mary. This match was definitely very good, and I recommend people to watch it, purely for how good Saki and Cherry were. Next match is Yumiko Hotta versus Hikari Shimizu. This match was really great just for Hikari. She fights super hard and tries everything she can to win. I'm not particularly a fan of Hotta. I think she's way past her prime, and she has very slow, obvious style. I see great things from Hikari one day as she has a lot of energy and drive. You can tell from the match that she can be something special one day. She kind of reminds me of a young Kairi Hojo, someone you want to get behind and support. Their fighting spirit shines throughout the arena. Hotta pins Hikari with a powerbomb, which isn't really a surprise. Hotta never loses, as she is the Joshi Legend mountain for these girls to overcome. Unfortunately, I just don't find her very interesting to watch. It's a lot like Mary Apache, just boring. The match itself is pretty good though. Hikari tried really hard and was very entertaining. Highly recommended. Next match is Kakeru Sakaguchi and Miku Ueno versus Misa Matsui and Rico Kawahata. This match is the one I was looking forward to the most on my rewatch, as I'm a huge fan of Miku and Rico. I believe they are the next generation stars. They're probably one of my favorite people outside of Stardom, not counting Mei Suruga. All 4 wrestlers in this match are great. I just like those 2 the most. Kakeru and Misa are really amazing as well, so don't sell them short just because I'm not praising them as much as the other 2. They're very good technical wrestlers. I have been very consistent on this, but Actwres Girl'z is a lot like Stardom in that they have good wrestlers from the low card to the top. It makes every match worth watching instead of just the main event. So this match is actually the match that made me really like Miku and Rico. Rico does an awesome moonsault where she kind of adds like a frog splash motion to it. It is actually one of my favorite moonsault variations. And Miku is just a beast. She reminds me of Momo a lot. They have a very similar style, and that is a huge compliment because Momo is amazing. I highly recommend this match, and it's actually my favorite match of the show. Miku pins Rico with a German suplex. I definitely want to see a singles match between these 2 so bad. The main event and probably the best match of the night. I'm not going to be talking too much about this one because I don't want to spoil anything from it because it is a must watch. Tei Hanma versus Sayori Aono. This match is phenomenal, and that's no surprise as these 2 are phenomenal wrestlers. This match has the typical Joshi build, which means it has a very slowish start and starts ramping up as the match goes on. They do this very well here, as the ramping up happens gradually and naturally. I don't want to spoil the match too much, as I couldn't properly describe how good it is, so I just recommend you go watch it. Sayori's Joshi style of wrestling really melds well with the lucha style of Tei, giving us a very varied styled match. Of course, Sayori wins this one, but if you want to know in what way, I'll leave for you to find out when you watch it yourself. So there you go, the Act 40 review of Actwres Girl'z. Their name is so hard for to say, like Actwres Girl'z Act 40 show. Like it's just such a non-easy way for you to say it. This show is I don't think it's the first show I ever watched of Actwres Girl'z. I think it might be, but there might have been one other one. If it wasn't the first one, it was within the first 5 for sure. This is the one that was highly recommended to me all the time. And I decided, if I'm going to watch Actwres Girl'z, I might as well watch the one that is always recommended. So I watched this one first. When I did my Actwres Girl'z video, talking about the promotion, this show right here is one of the main ones that I based my opinions off of. And one of the ones I used clips from the most, I believe. So getting to rewatch it was definitely a very special treat for me. I believe Miku and Rico are phenomenal wrestlers already, and I cannot wait to see how good they get eventually. Hopefully we get a singles match between them. I know that they were supposed to have one, I think, coming up, but then the whole Corona stuff happened, so I don't know what's going on right now because I don't really subscribe to them anymore. I had to cut back on a couple subscriptions of things here and there, and I figured that would be the first one that I would cut if I ever had to cut back, so I did. I do plan on eventually like going in after some time and resubscribing so I can watch all the ones that I missed and catch back up, because like I said, other than Stardom, this is probably the most I guess I should say this is the best promotion for you to watch. If you really like Stardom, based on the wrestling alone, this is the best one to transition to. Unfortunately, it's not subtitled. It doesn't even have an English announcer, so you really don't get any of the story at all. That's why I didn't talk about any of the story in this one, because I don't know it, and I can't know it because it's not subbed. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really found this very interesting to rewatch, and bye.